Did you guys remember the video of the African boy that his parents tricked and get him to Africa only for them to leave him in Africa to start his school in there because his parents thought there were reports and signs to show that he was getting himself mixed up with gangs, and obviously there were reports from school and other organizations who obviously thought that he's mixing with the wrong people. And yet, as African parents, it felt like, oh, before you do nonsense, before you put us to shame, they decided to trick him to Africa and left him in a school. So guys, there's been an update in regards to that case. Let's dive into the story. Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as that mom of 5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. Okay, so according to BBC News, I did a video when the news first broke about how the parents were fearful because he was portraying gang attitudes. Report from school, reports were made involving him, their son. The social services were involved, and the parents were like, okay, for us, obviously the parents are worried about him, and we all know gang crimes and all these knife crimes in London. The parents don't want to lose him, and there's been a lot of knife violence and knife crimes and gang violence related issues in London. There's been a lot actually. So as I do not blame these parents for deciding to trick him. Let's go and visit grandma, and then they got him to go to Africa, and then they leave him there, enrolled him in a school and stuff like that. So apparently this case was in court. I did do a video, and actually I shared another video where I shared my experience of where the social services wanted to take my son from me because I gave him abara, I gave him bow. Yes, I did that story as well, and I'm going to pop the link in the cast there. So the update now is that according to the BBC are saying that this boy has actually won his case against his parents. So I'm going to screenshot the post here and put it here for you guys to see. So it says there that legal win for son tricked into moving to Africa by parents. So according to BBC, a teenager who was tricked into going to boarding school in Africa has won a significant legal victory against his own parents. The 14-year-old, who cannot be identified, was taken from London to Ghana, so he's a Ghana boy, in March 2024 after being told a relative was ill. In fact, his parents wanted to get him out of London as they feared he was being drawn into criminal activity. Unhappy and homesick in Ghana, the boy found lawyers and brought a case against his parents to the High Court in London, which ruled against him in February. Yes, the High Court first of all ruled against him and in favor of his parents, and on last Thursday, he won a Court of Appeal bid, so the case will be reheard again. So the most senior judge in the family division, Sir Andrew McFarlane, said there had been confusion in the previous decision. In quote, "We have become more and more concerned as to the exercise the judge undertook," he added. In quote, "For those reasons, we are agreed remittal should be allowed." He urged the family to find a solution through constructive dialogue. At the hearing, the boy's barrister said he is desperate to return to the UK. He is culturally displaced and alienated, she said. He considers himself abandoned by his family. He feels he is a British boy, a London boy. Okay, the boy remains in Ghana and has been attending a day school there. His solicitor described the appeal royal as a huge, significant decision that would resonate across the international family law. He said, "We are very pleased indeed that the Court of Appeal has allowed our client's appeal and has recognized the critical importance of listening to and assessing the voices of young people at the heart of legal proceedings that profoundly affect their lives." Yes, in as much as the decision of the parents to send him to Africa was, to me, I will do the same thing, because this boy at 14 was already showing signs of gang-related attitude. He's seen with expensive stuff that his parents have not provided for him. And obviously from the report that has been written so far, where did he get all of those things from if he's not moving with the wrong crowd? He's 14, he's not working, he's only going to school. So I believe his parents' actions were justified, because look at the amount of knife crimes that is happening in London. How many weeks ago was a 14-year-old knifed? How many weeks ago? So now this boy is going to be coming back into London. It's going to be coming back. That's what this judge is saying, that come for the fact that your parents are concerned about you, is a matter of them having a dialogue with him. London children, you want to have a dialogue with them? How do you have a dialogue with them? You shout, they tell you are shouting. You talk calmly all the time, they tell you are stressing them. So how do they want this parent to deal with this child now? Anyway, let's keep reading. The parents' barrister said that staying in Ghana was the least harmful option for the boy. At least he was going to school there. The parents found themselves in a wholly invidious decision when they made the decision they made. She said, Ghana provided a safe haven, separate from those who exposed him to risk. The least harmful option is for him to remain in Ghana. At the heart of the case is a tension between conflicting legal entitlements, the parents' responsibility for their child and the child's own rights to make decisions about what happens to them. I believe this boy is 14 years old, so he's not able to make a decision on his own. He is still below the age of 16. So I want to believe that this court knows that his parents still have every right to. I mean, every time there's a child involved or social service involved in the case, they will tell you you have your rights as a parent and the child has their own right. But when it comes to decision making about their life, I believe that decision should be left to their parents. This is my own opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Okay, like I said, this boy is 14 years old. So the boy previously told the court that he felt like he was, in quote, living in hell. He said he was mocked at the school in Ghana and, in quote, could also barely understand what was going on. During the previous judgment, High Court judge said the parents' wish for their son to move to Ghana was driven by their deep, obvious and unconditional love. Exactly. He found that the boy, who had lived in the UK since birth, was at risk of suffering greater harm by returning to London. He said that the boy's parents believe, in quote, and in my judgment with reason, that their son has, in quote, at very least peripheral involvement with gang culture and has exhibited an unhealthy interest in knives. What parent would see their child exhibiting such unhealthy behavior with knives and they would not think that, this boy is moving with some people? And from from when the story first broke, it was said that there were reports that he was wearing expensive designer stuff. Where did he get them from when his parents did not provided them to him? So Sir Andrew said the case will now be reheard by a different judge with the next hearing planned to take place in the next few weeks. A full decision will be given in writing at a later date. So the way this case is going, they might end up allowing this boy back into they might rule and say, no, he has his rights, he has to come back to the UK. And these parents will forever keep watching the back of this boy, because like I said, as an African parent, when you see your child exhibiting some behaviors, and if you try your possible best, because in this country you can't smack these children, you can't scold them. If you talk, you can only talk to a certain extent, because if you talk to a certain extent, this child will tell you that you are stressing them, and then one day they will pack their bags and they will leave. And then you now start looking at yourself as a failed parent, but you're trying all the best. I just felt like the kind of culture that exists here in diaspora, especially in the UK, does not allow African parents to parent their child. And this is not me saying that, they should allow African parents to smack their children. No. But then look at this. They are saying that a 14-year-old can make a decision. They are saying the 14-year-old has his own rights, and they're saying that the parent has a right. But when it comes to other instances, they will tell you, the child can't make a decision because it's below the age of 16. Why don't they apply this rule for everything concerning that child? So they are taking the rights of the parents out of their hands now, because the parents thought it was best for them to send this boy to Africa to go school. And then I'm sure him going to Africa to go school is not even for for the rest of his life. It's probably maybe for the temporary time till they maybe see some changes in him and then bring him back. A few days ago, my husband was just speaking to me that one of my neighbors, that he has not seen that boy for a while, and I'm like, that's true, I've not seen him as well. Only for my husband to be speaking to his sister, and he said, he's now in Africa, he's been in Africa for like a year. And I'm like, what? I still saw him a few days ago. I don't know why his mom decided to take him to Africa to go school. I don't know. But then if a parent have to make that hard decision because they observe a behavior in their child and decide to send their child back home to go school, I think this authority should allow the parents hold on to that decision. I'm hoping and praying that once this boy comes back, that he keeps his head down, listen to his parents, and just focus on what he wants to focus on, because it will be so painful if anything happens to him once he gets back to the UK. Guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section in regards to this story. And like I said, I'm going to link the other two videos I did in regards to this story. I'm going to link it in the card so you can watch it, so you can have an idea of what happened, how he was able to contact the British consulate in Ghana, and how he was able to get himself lawyer, and then they found themselves in court. I'm going to leave those videos here. With that being said, if you watched this video till now and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop your thought in the comment section. Like, does this child as a 14-year-old should be allowed such decision, or should the parents be the sole decision maker because he's still below the age of consent age? With that being said, guys, I hope to catch up with you in my next video. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, turn on your post notifications, share this video. Do not hesitate to join my membership, and I'll catch up with you in another video. All right, bye for now. Bye.